Okay, Miss Janie, would you demonstrate and talk about allergy testing?
Sure. All right. Whenever we do a comprehensive and it comes up with food sensitivities or spice antigens or anything that indicates an allergic reaction, that is our trigger that tells us that we need to do a breakout scan on allergies. Now, if the person has inhaled allergies, you would do the allergy sensitive profile or specific inhaled allergies. In this particular case, we're going to pretend that the person has food allergies. That came up on the comprehensive, and that lets us know that we need to do that particular scan. So the first thing we do, we've done our 3 basic scans. We click on next visit, and then we go to our available test and we select food sensitivity list, and we start the test.
Miss Janie, it's so important to remember to tell them on these allergy scans, we always do a next visit. Never ever incorporate those with another scan.
That could be said for all the scans. We need to separate each scan by hitting the next visit button. Now, some folks might think that we're diagnosing. We are not telling people that they have allergies. We are showing the sensitivities that their body has, and we don't want them to develop into allergies. This is preventive.
And much like a medical doctor, an allergist would give shots to help desensitize, we do the same thing with homeopathic drops. Basically, as they take these drops, they're going to desensitize the reaction to these various foods.
Now, after we've gathered the information of the foods that the person has sensitivities to, we organize them in such a way that the most dysresonant is the first thing on the list and the least dysresonant is the last thing on the list. We click OK, and then we come up to scale, and we click on scale, and we see that the most dysresonant with her energies is tofu. And as we go down, we see the subjects changing to vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Now, when you are looking at this, it doesn't mean, like for instance, that vegetables, that she's allergic or sensitive to all vegetables. It just means that the olive is the offending agent. When you go to an allergist and they do test by pricking your arm with little minuscule amounts of, different things, allergens, the ones that swell up are the ones that they give you a shot of. Well, it's the same thing with this. The vegetable that gives her a problem is an olive. So we take this list and we imprint it into either a blank imprint or Allerstat 1 or whatever out of your product line addresses food allergies. And by doing that, it desensitizes the body. It teaches the body not to recognize this particular sensitivity as an allergen. That we recommend, after organizing the information in the most dysresonant to the least dysresonant, that you select the top 10 and eliminate those from your diet for a period of 30 days. After that, you can work them back into your diet gradually. Now, that doesn't mean that if raisin was in your top 10, that after 30 days you could eat a whole box of raisins. You have to work it back into your diet gradually. Eat one or two the first day, and wait 3 or 4 days, and then eat 4 or 5, but gradually work them back into your diet.
Now, Miss Janie, it is important to mention that even though you're doing frequencies, if they have a severe allergen, like something that creates anaphylactic shock, believe it or not, just by doing these imprints and these frequencies, you can trigger a reaction like that. So you really need to be careful when you're working with these people that have these allergens that they're very sensitive to, because we don't want to trigger any reactions through the homeopathics that we create. So if you have someone like that, I would do the single allergen and just have them do 1 drop in maybe 3 or 4 ounces of water, and gradually build that up over a period of time, very slowly, just to ensure that they don't react to it.
Everything on the list should be eaten in moderation because it's causing some form of inflammation. So eliminate the top 10. Everything else on the list, eat in moderation. That means if you eat it on Monday, don't eat it again until Friday. There should be 4 days between servings of anything on this list.